Hi, my name's Brianna. Welcome to Miami Yoga Bootcamp. This class is Bye Bye Back Pain. I originally practiced Bikram yoga and I would occasionally get lower back pain, and this is basically a class I created that completely alleviated the back pain after just a few classes. I've worked with people one-on-one and guided them through this class, and they've also felt the release of the lower spine. So as you know, back pain is not age specific. At any age it'll come for you, and this is just a great way to kind of counteract it and say and acknowledge my back is hurting and I want to practice in a way that feels good and that is therapeutic, because right now I'm going through an injury. So if that is you, I'm with you. I've been there, and this is just something that will completely alleviate that sensation. Throughout the practice, it may feel difficult because, again, it kind of feels like you're just doing surgery on yourself, but that is the therapeutic practice of yoga, is healing yourself and being able to do that. If you go to a chiropractor, it is a quick fix. If you get a massage, it lasts for a while, but getting deep inside and just breathing in those moments is what actually causes the tension to release. I feel like a tension is an invitation to let go, to pause, or at least to slow down. So we're going to get started with breathing. Stand up on your mat. Bring your feet together, toes and heels touch. Pranayama. Interlace the 10 fingers, full grip underneath the chin. Keep your knuckles with your chin. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Eyes forward, shoulders down away from the ears. And let's start. Inhale, head down. Mouth closed. Suck the lower belly in. Press through the heels. Stretch the elbows up towards the ceiling. Full lungs. Exhale, head back. Press the knuckles against the chin. Open your mouth wide. A nice HA sound. Elbows come forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Suck the lower belly in. Now pull the stomach up. Use your abdominal strength to begin lengthening the lower spine. Hold it. Exhale, head back. Start to wake up your legs. Contract your glutes. Contract your quadricep muscles. Bring the weight to the inside of the feet, waking up the inner thighs. Inhale, head down. As the elbows separate left and right, expand your rib cage, expand your lungs to their fullest capacity, and hold. Exhale, head back. Keep the spine straight. If the neck is tight, drop your shoulders more down, reach your elbows more forward, squeeze the elbows together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, head back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, head down. The only way to increase your lung capacity is to challenge it. So when you think your lungs are full, that's when we just get started. Full lungs. Exhale, head back. Open your mouth wider. Start to release, relax any tension building up in your neck, in your jaw, in your shoulders. Elbows touch. Inhale. Keep the elbows away from the chin. Chin stops level to the floor. Shoulders stop level to the chin. However, elbows come closer together. Exhale. Open your mouth wide. Drop the shoulders down. Suck the stomach in. Ribs back. Hips forward. Empty your lungs completely. Inhale. Every inhale a little bit deeper, longer, fuller, stronger than your last breath. Full lungs. Exhale. Head back. Hips forward. Thighs contracted. Pull the ankles together. Suck the stomach in. Elbows touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Suck the lower belly in. Press the heels down. Stretch your rib cage away from your hip bones. Full lungs. Exhale, head back. Maintain that length. Press the heels down. Instead of bringing the rib cage forward, stretch it up away from your hips. Inhale, 2 more. Pull the stomach in, draw the ribs back, lengthen the spine, full lungs. Exhale, open your mouth wide. Drop the shoulders down, palms touch, forearms touch, elbows touch. Inhale, last one. Mouth closed, eyes forward, stomach in. Let this breath pull you into your practice. Exhale, exhale, mouth wide, releasing.
pushing everything out, pulling you away from this moment in time, and change.
Arms down by side. We'll start with half moon. Feet together, toes and heels touch. Arms over your head sideways. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Chin level to the floor. Working on the back bend from the lower spine, pull your ribs back, hips forward, spine straight. Arms back as much as you can without backward bending. Stretch up, right and left several times, side to side. This is the warm up. So as you're warming up, make sure the hips aren't twisting or the shoulders aren't twisting. You're stacking side to side. When you've evenly stretched both sides, stop in the center. Hips forward, arms back, chin level to the floor. Stretch the rib cage up, away from your hips. Now bring your upper body to the right, press both hips over to the left. Keep the chin away from the chest, try not to rest your head on your arms. Arms back, draw the rib cage back, press the hips forward, suck the stomach in, push. The key here is to push your right hip into your left hip to intensify the stretch. Pull your ankles towards one another. Keep the chin away from the chest, suck the stomach in. Change, come back up. Drive the heels down, stretch the rib cage up, away from your hips. Bring the upper body to the left, press both hips over to the right. Again, the ribs will want to come forward, draw them back, push your hips as far over as possible. Left rib cage into the right hip. When you can't push the hips further, reach your arms more. Keep the chin up, stomach in, come down deeper. And change, come back up, stop in the center. So this is our first backward bend of many. There's no need to rush your spine, especially in the state that it's in today. Relax your head back. If the neck is tight, drop the shoulders forward, bring the arms forward, then release the head. From here, straighten your back, ribs back, hips forward. Press the heels down, stretch the chest up. Now bring your armpits back. Just the armpits move. Press the hips forward, lift the chest up. Now move the stomach forward as you backward bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. Ribs back, hips forward, head up, arms down. Be still and breathe. There's so much energy built up in the spine, so if things are starting to come up, your breath is the easiest way to just guide yourself through them. We'll do another backward bend, arms over your head sideways. Cross the opposite thumb on top, lift the throat, release the head back. Again, you can get the shoulder blades out of the way. Stretch up. Now bring your armpits back. Press the heels down, pull the rib cage up. Push the stomach, legs, hips forward. Keep the legs straight. If it's bothering the lower back, contract your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Restacking the spine. Press your hips forward, pull your ribs back. Spine straight. And head comes up last. Arms down. Breathe deeply. Second set. Arms over your head sideways. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. The more you bring your hips side to side, the more you'll be able to bring them further and back. Stretch up, bring the upper body to the right, press both hips over to the left. Draw the rib cage back, press the hips forward. Notice the ankles separating, pull them together for stability. Push your left hip as far as you can. Use your right hip to help you. Keep the alignment of the shoulders and the hips forward like you're tying a knot between the right shoulder, left hip. Come down as far as you can. Inhale, lift to come out. Pull the ribs up, away from the hips. Now bring the upper body to the left. Press both hips over to the right. Everything wants to back bend right now. Pull it in using abdominal strength. Push. Reach as you push. Ribs back. Press the left hip into the right hip. Pull the stomach in. Where can you create a little pocket of space, equaling a pocket of depth? Come down more. Keep the alignment of the left shoulder, right hip, and change. Come back out. Another backward bend. Relax the head. Let the legs be strong. Let the spine be flexible. Really grounding here in the legs. Stretch up, backward bend. From the top, through the middle, through the bottom. Breathe. Keep the legs straight. Weight to the heels. Point the index finger down. Slowly come back up, ribs back, hips forward. Your head up is like a nod. Arms down. Breathe. The tension in the spine is an invitation to create space somewhere, somehow, and we just have to spend a moment in these postures. Let's go again, arms up, opposite thumb on top, lift the throat, release the head. Stretch up, traction, move your spine. Up is the new back. When you want to go further back, try to lift something up, try to move something forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up, ribs back, hips forward, head up, arms down. Let's wake up the muscular system because soon we'll be balancing on one leg. Awkward pose. Right foot steps to the right. Hip width distance between the feet. Arms up parallel to the floor. Contract your tricep muscles. Lift your chest up, pectoral muscles engaged. Suck the stomach in, fold from your hips, sit down into the chair. To get down into the chair, it's a combination of sending the hips back and bending the knees. If you can't find the chair, there's a good chance you're only bending at the knees. So send your hips down, bend at the knees, send your hips down, bend at the knees. Lift your chest up, pull the stomach away from your thighs. Reach the arms forward, sit your hips down and back, bend at your knees. Inhale, come back up, keep your arms there. Second part, come up on your toes. Second part, waking up the front side muscles of the legs. This is a deep bend at the knees. Push the ankles forward, bend your knees, sit down. Building trust in the knees. Push your hips forward, ribs back, spine straight. Now come up higher on the toes, bend at your knees, sit your hips down lower, shoulders down, chest up. Inhale, breathing, come back up. Third part, for the inner thighs. Come up on your toes, bring your knees together. So the spine is not naturally straight. Pull the ribs back, hips forward, stomach in, sit down slowly, take your time. If this bothers your knees, back off, do less, or you can also place your hands on the floor in front of you. Shoulders down, chest up, stomach in. Again, spine is not naturally straight, ribs back, hips forward, thighs down. Squeeze your thighs together, keep the chin level to the floor, lean back as you come up. Pull your thighs together, spine straight. Closing it down, right foot back, arms down. Let's prepare the joints. Eagle pose, feet together, toes and heels touch. Always just checking the alignment of the feet. Misalignment shows distally. So when the feet are slightly out or in, you know what your hips are doing. Okay, let's keep them tracking. Arms over your head sideways. Right arm underneath the left arm. Twist your arms like ropes, press the palms together. Pull your elbows down, waking up the upper spine, scapula, shoulders. Suck the stomach in, fold from your hips like awkward, sit down and back. Lift your right leg up and over, twist your legs around one another. If you can't get the second wrap, squeeze your ankle next to your left calf muscle. From there, add the backward bend. Lift your chest up. Now sit down as deep as possible. Notice the hips are crooked. Twist your left hip forward, twist your right hip back, be still and breathe. This is probably not a one-time request. You'll have to keep asking your left hip to move forward, right hip move back. Suck the stomach in, sit down deeper, lift your chest up more, change. Arms over your head sideways. Left and right side are different. Left arm underneath the right arm. Notice the differences. Work with them. Pull the elbows down, suck the stomach in, fold from the hips and the knees. Upper body back, lift your left leg up and over, twist the legs, sit down as low as you can, backward bend your spine. Now notice my hips, your hips are crooked. This time right hip moves forward, left hip moves back. Sit down as low as you can, squeeze your left side body against your right side, upper body back, breathe, keep your right hip forward, left hip back, change, arms over your head sideways, arms down. Very nice. The warm-up is complete. Working on the balancing series here. If you lose your balance, try to get back in. If you can't get back in, just be still and breathe. The simplest thing to do is to keep your foot off the ground, building stamina in the standing leg. If you want to get better at balancing, just spend more time on one foot. We'll start with a twist. Back bending heals the spine. Twisting heals all the backward bending. We'll start balancing on one leg. Place your left hand to your left hip. Lift your right leg up, 90 degrees. Trying to check the alignment of the hip, knee, and ankle all in one line. Make sure one hip isn't higher than the other. From here, grab the front of your knee with both hands. Chest up, spine straight. Stretch your left arm up, palm facing forward, rotating through the shoulder, left arm goes back. You have the option to stay here or look over your left shoulder. Twisting through the thoracic spine, keep your hips level, looking as far back as possible. First, release the gaze. Look back forward. Now bring your left hand down, crossing. Grab the right knee, stretch the right arm up, palm facing out, and again twist. Look over your right shoulder, keeping the hips level, keeping the right leg flexed, foot flexed. Look over the shoulder, breathe, twisting the spine. First, remove the gaze, look forward, bring your hands back to the knee, right foot down, and breathe. See the other side. For the second side, I will show the full extension of the posture. If you don't have the hamstring flexibility yet, just return to the first side. Right hand to the right hip, lift your left leg up. If you have the hamstring flexibility, use your middle finger, index finger to hook your big toe. From here, extend your left leg out. Hip forward, toes back, hip down. Stretch your right arm up, palm facing out, rotate the right shoulder back. Look over your right shoulder. Keep your legs contracted, spine twisting, opening up the chest. Breathe. First, remove the gaze, look forward. Now bring your right hand, crossing over, grab your left big toe. Stretch your left arm up, palm facing out, left shoulder twist. Noticing your hips. The hips aren't going all the way forward and they're not sinking back. Building stamina in the standing leg, chest up, twist through the spine. Return your head back to neutral. Grab your left toes, right hand to the hip, back where you started, leg down. Another backward bend. Like I said, we'll do a lot of them. Standing bow, palm facing up. Bring the foot to the inside of the ankle. Left arm up, knees together to start. You've got 10 seconds to get there, 10 seconds to hold. Take a deep breath, stretch up, and kick for 20. Start to bring the body down, 15. Stick what you have, 10. 5. And change, slowly come back out. And release. Left side, palm facing out. Grab the ankle. Right arm up, knees together, lining up your hips, chin up. 10 seconds to get there, 10 seconds to hold. Stretch up and begin to kick for 20. Start to bring your body down, 15. Hold what you've got, 10. 5. Slowly come out with control. And release. Let's do another backward bend with legs together, evenly bending the spine after one side, one side. Feet together. Instead of fingers interlaced, flat palms will change the different muscle contractions throughout the arms. Arms over your head sideways, palms flat, cross nothing. Lift the throat up, release the head back, stretch up, now backward bend. Remember, upper spine leads, middle spine follows, lower back knows how to do this. If the back is tight, squeeze your glutes, press the heels down. Restacking the spine. Hips forward, ribs back, head up last, arms down. Very nice. All right, you're going to be able to step, you want to be able to step to the side of the mat, so make sure you'll be able to step out with your right foot. Next, we have a very wide backward bend. The intention here is to allow the hips to move and the spine to follow. If it feels like it's too much, it's an indication your legs aren't contracting and maybe you're sinking into the lower back, which you want to avoid. If that's the case, bring your feet in a little bit closer. I'm actually going to turn and face away from you on this. You'll start with your feet together, arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. Step your right foot out to the right, a big step. From here, contract your leg muscles. So there's a difference between straight legs and locked knees. Relax your head back, drive your heels down, and the same technique. Lift your chest, straighten your spine. Now just bring the armpits back. When the armpits won't move, lift the rib cage up. When the rib cage won't move, then press the stomach, legs, hips, everything forward into your backward bend. Keep the legs straight. Reach down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. Contract your glutes. Press your hips forward. Draw your ribs back. And again, head comes up last. Step your right foot back. Arms down. And just a different way to move the spine. A lot of backward bending. Do a traditional triangle pose. That is a twist, not a back bend, not a forward fold. Arms up, palms flat. Right foot steps to the right. Arms down, hips forward. Turn the right toes out to the right. And in one movement, bend your right knee, deep lunge. Place the elbow in front of the knee. It's okay if your fingertips don't touch the toes, just reach, but don't let it drop lower. Drive your heel down for support, look up toward the ceiling. Now from here, rib cage back, hips forward, twist the spine. Left rib cage back, right rib cage forward, open up your chest. You have the option here as you progress to do a side angle or a side angle prep. Change, come up. Right toes in, left toes out. Arms and legs, begin triangle. Deep lunge on purpose, elbow in front of the knee, look up towards the ceiling. So pull the ribs back, press the hips forward. Another hip opener as well. Drive your heel down for support, not the toes. Twist, stomach in. There's a difference between a straight right leg, a bent knee, or a locked leg. Contract the thigh. Turn and twist. Change, come up. Left toes in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. Take a deep breath. Traditionally, this posture is practiced in a forward fold, but we are working the spine today. This will be a backward bend. Arms over your head sideways, palms flat, just cross your thumbs. Right foot steps to the right, a big step, 3 feet distance minimum. Pivot on your heels, face the opposite side of the room. Now bring your left hip forward as far as you can. You might have to warm up here. Keep your 2 hips in one line. Keep your legs locked. From here, relax your head, drive your heels down, keep your left hip forward, stretch up and backward bend. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Breathe, use your legs for strength. Lift the rib cage up, go back as far as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly come back up. Always restacking. Hips forward. Head up last. Pivot left. Pivot left. Opposite side. Right hip forward. So good for the lower back, building strength. Keep your right hip forward. Relax the head back. You can always move the shoulders forward if you need to. Where is the lift? Stretch up. And now backward bend. Find strength in the legs. Continue to keep your right hip forward in line with the left. When you want to go back further, lift up more. When you want to go back further, reach back more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. Right hip stays forward. Ribs back, hips forward, head up. Pivot right, right foot back. Arms down. One more posture, and then we have a Savasana, tree pose. With the help of your left hand, pick up the right foot. Moving from the hip, right hip comes up, right hip goes right hip goes down, and the knee moves because the hip is moving. From here, adding a bind. Take your right hand and bring it around, grab your left bicep. If possible, you can go for the bind and grab the big toe. Doing what you have today, never forcing. Left hand up to the middle of the chest and still working the spine alignment. If relaxed, this is going to come forward. So draw it back. Instead, press the hips forward, chin up, and breathe. If you want to get better at balancing, just spend more time on one foot. Order of operations, right hand comes down, right hand moves around, and right leg releases. Opposite side, help with the right hand, pick up the left foot. Again, left hip goes left, left hip goes down. The knee is just hinging, it does nothing else. It is not a swivel joint. First, testing here, grabbing the right bicep. If possible, go for the bind and grab the big toe. Chest up, ribs back, hips forward, and right hand to the middle of the chest. Chin up, parallel to the floor. Be still and breathe. If you want to get better at balancing, notice what your standing foot is doing, your ankle. Is it rolling in, out, forward, or back? You want to keep catching it until you build the strength around the ankle joint for stamina. Right hand down, left hand releases, left foot down. To acknowledge your standing series, we'll bring the hands together, lift the chest, slight backward bend, lifting back up, arms down, lie down on your mat. We'll rest here in a Savasana pose. Heels touch, toes fall open, palms face up, and breathe. If this is too much for the lower back, open up your feet, mat width distance, bring your knees together. This will relax the pelvis and the hips. If you still feel like you need more, it happens, don't worry. You can windshield wiper the legs as well. Spending a moment here, finding a moment to be still in whichever variation feels right for your body today. Just taking a moment here in Savasana to rest, refueling your body with breath without the distraction of movement. Perfect opportunity to thank your body for everything it has already done. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just preparing the body for more physical movement, more activity. We're going to get started with the supine twist. Lift your right leg up, knee bent. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Place your right hand to the lower spine. Place your left hand to the top of the hip. Gently press your hip away from you, really creating a stretch, a traction for the spine. You can use your top hand to massage the spine wherever it feels tight. Psoas, kidneys, QL, maybe the top of the glutes, anywhere that feels tight or needs a bit of a release. Using that top hand to extend, to drive it away. Breathe. Change, switch sides, knees come back to center, right leg down. Left leg up, knee bent, cross it over. Now, if you're like me, it's not even, okay? It's my right side lower back hurts, not the left. So you do want to treat your counter stretches in a different way. So what you did on the right might not be what the left side needs. When you're doing your full practice, you do want to keep it balanced, doing what each side, each posture presents. But in a counter stretch, you want to counter it as needed. So my left side's not as tight. I don't have to do the same things. I can maybe focus on keeping the shoulders down as opposed to something else. Just working with your body today. Keep the shoulders away from the chin, neck elongated, and change. Knee bent, leg down. As the spine heals, you'll be able to add your sit-up back into the practice. But for now, let's roll over to the right side. Roll onto the stomach. And start with strengthening. Cobra pose, palms flat to the floor, fingertips in line with the top of your shoulders. Bring your feet together, toes and heels touch. Keep it. Now contract your legs so much that your kneecaps come off the floor. Keep it. Press your pubic bone down, press your hands down, lift your rib cage up. Keep it. Roll the shoulders down and forward, squeeze the elbows next to the hips. Now focus on your depth. Lift your chest up, freeze. Squeeze your butt. Really feeling this in the lower spine. You can pull the chest forward more to release the lower back. And change, slowly lower down. Moving right into locust, arms underneath you, palms facing the mat, spread the fingers wide, both arms underneath you. Chin forward,
Relax your left leg, stretch your right leg back and up as high as you can without twisting your hips. Lock the knee, pull the shoulders back. Change. Stretch your left leg back, lift it up. Be mindful of the knee bending. Use the strength of the hamstrings and your glutes to keep it locked. Change. Third part, mouth on the mat. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Stretch both legs back. Now lift both legs up as high as you can. Thinking oppositionally. If you want the hips to come up, use your stomach. Use your spine. Use your glutes. Use your hamstring. Slowly come down. Release your arms. Moving into full locust. Arms out wide. Thinking oppositionally here, really extension through the arms. Contract the legs, lift everything up. Press the pubic bone down. Now use your spine to lift your rib cage up as high as you can. Extend the legs back, pull the knees together. Chest up, change. One more posture and then we have a break. I know it's a lot for the spine, but that's what we want to combat the pain. Pain kills the pain. Bend your knees, grab the feet from the outside, relax the head, release the neck. Let the kick lead you. Kick your legs back and up. Keep kicking back, keep kicking up. Now roll forward into the space you've made. Open up the chest and shoulders, head more back. Kick for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. And we'll have a Savasana. Right ear on the mat, look left. And again, what does the spine need? If this is too much, you can always windshield wiper the legs. Knees bent, side to side, creating a counter stretch for the lower back. Left ear on the mat, look right. Just releasing the neck, opposite direction. And again, what is needed? Do you need to release the few windshield wipers? All right, second set. You have the option to do the same thing we've just done, okay? Exactly the same. As the back heals, as the back becomes stronger and more flexible, you'll be able to do the fuller versions of the expressions. So I'll be showing the fuller version. Do the version that makes sense for you. For full cobra, hands flat to the floor, feet mat width distance. From here, press into the mat, lift your chest forward, chest up, straight arms. Keep the hips down. Lift the throat up, release the head back. Drop your shoulders down. Bend your knees, place your feet to your head. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Locust pose, arms underneath you. I'm going to show you Likarasana using spine strength, spine flexibility, coming all the way up, using the strength of the arms, strength of the legs. And release. Full locust, arms out wide. Practicing where you are, just giving you a few examples of where the postures can progress to. Stretch the arms out wide, contract the legs, contract the hips, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts up. Getting a full grip, lifting the chest, releasing the head, and again, feet back to the head. Slowly lower down. And floor bow. Or full expression if you've got it. You can hook the big toes as well. Take your time, slowly, gently kick. releasing with control. And a moment in Savasana, right here on the mat, relax. Left ear on the mat, relax. We've just done a lot of backward bending. We're starting to build strength now with a real push-up. So let me show you the difference. In a push-up, sometimes you'll see order of operations. It looks like this: head, chest, ribs, stomach. I did my push-up. The only issue is that you did not build any abdominal strength with that order. I encourage you to use the knees in the beginning if you really want to build a strong, firm technique of a good push-up. For a good push-up, the order of operations is different. It is actually knees, hips, stomach, ribs, chest, head. More of a plank. Okay? Take your time, use your knees if you need to start to build that order of operations. We're going to do another backward bend, fixed firm, sitting, kneeling position, hips to your heels, separate your feet, sit down in between your feet. There's no such thing as having your knees too wide. So if your hips, knees, or ankles are asking for space, listen, all right? Listen to them. They're not lying to you. Over time, you'll bring the knees together. Hands to the feet, right hand, right elbow, left elbow. Use the elbows to lift your chest by walking the elbows into your feet. Crown of the head to the floor, chin of the chest, shoulders down. Grab the elbows over your head and breathe deeply. Once the hip, knees, and ankles relax and you get back, this is a great posture to discover more about your spine. If you lift, if I say lift the upper, middle, or lower spine, what side contracts more? What side doesn't contract? It's a great posture to find out because you don't have to kick, you don't have to balance, you just actually have to be here and be still. Slowly make your way back up. Use your elbows, mimicking camel, using the upper body strength to move the spine. Knees together, feet together. A seated backward bend. Arms over your head sideways. Relax your head. Already notice the lower spine, I'm allowing it to drop back. Lift from that area. Arms back, chest up, hips back, reach back, lift the chest, more back, go back as far as you can, breathe. Order of operations, restacking, ribs back, hips forward, head up, arms down, bring the legs out in front of you, lie down on your back, bridge, bend your knees, grab the top of the ankles, place your feet flat to the floor, turn the shoulders under, drive your heels down, now lift your chest up. Notice the knees went forward. Press the heels down, lift the hips up, send your knees back. Try to get your knees over your ankles. Walk the shoulders closer together. Press the heels down, lift your chest up as high as you can. Slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. You have the option to do bridge again or wheel. Palms flat to the floor, fingers point towards the shoulders. The count of 3, let's lift up. 1, 2, 3, press up. Look through your hands, come up on your toes, walk your hands towards your feet, walk your feet towards your hands, shrug through the shoulders, pull the head back, breathe. Slowly tuck the chin of the chest, walk the feet away from you. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, and lower down. You can roll the wrist if you found that that was a lot for the wrist, just counter stretching, shaking it out. And again, we're going to skip the sit-ups for today, just creating another moment to twist by rolling over. When you twist, switch sides. So last time we went right, let's move left. Up on your knees. The next posture is going to be camel. Camel pose is a supported backward bend if you never grab the feet.
So don't worry, it's not better or worse to do one or the other. We'll start with the support of the spine with the hands. 6 inches between the knees, 6 inches between the feet. Relax the head, lift the chest, press the hips forward. You're more than welcome to keep your hands here. If you're grabbing, right hand to the right foot, left hand to the left foot. This is a pull of the heels to help you lift the chest and feed the hips more forward, head back, breathe. Retracing your steps, hands to the spine. Feel the weight of the spine. Carry your back to neutral. Head comes up last, hips to the heels. Take a moment to breathe. Progressing the camel stage by stage. Stay on the stage you are today and know where you can go. We're going to do reverse pranayama camel. It's like it sounds. We started with pranayama, but we're gonna flip it. Listen carefully. Stand up on your knees. Same distance here, 6 inches between the knees and the feet. We'll start like half moon. Arms over your head sideways. Interlace the fingers, release the index finger, thumbs crossed. Relax the head back. Notice the spine is already dropped, it's collapsed. So we press the feet and knees down, lift up, all the way up. Now bring your arms back as far as they'll go. When your arms are as far as they'll go, interlace your fingers underneath your chin like pranayama. Now flip the hands, palms facing up, pinky fingers towards the chin. Use the pressure of the fingers against the chin, open the elbows wide. Hopefully you can tell my voice has changed, really moving the back bend into the thoracic spine, into the cervical spine. Bring your hands back to pranayama. Reach the arms out and slowly come back up. Ribs back, hips forward, head up, and arms down. Sit down kneeling. One more back bend. Full camel. If full camel is not in your practice, return to either reverse pranayama camel or even the beginner's camel. All valuable back bends, especially for this class. Stand up on your knees. For full camel, toes are together, knees are still 6 inches apart. Arms up, palms flat. Lift the throat, release the head back. All that you need is space to get depth and clarity. Stretch up, lengthen as much as possible. Now bring your armpits back. Can you lift more? Can you reach more? Lift the rib cage up. Can you reach more? Can you lift more? When you know you can't, then move into the flexible part of the spine. Reach the arms back to touch the mat. No doggy paddle. Bend the elbows. Bring the thumbs to your head. Now my hands are located over the heels. Lower down. Grab the heels, elbows together. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly come back up. Hands together. Squeeze your butt. Hips forward, ribs back. Head comes up like a nod. Arms down, hips to the heels, and lie down on your back. We're gonna release the back bending with spine twist, closing out the practice. Can't stress it enough. Back bending will heal the spine, but we need the twist so that the spine isn't so tender. So one more time, supine spine twist. Grab the right leg, cross it over. Move slowly enough to find out what's needed. Is it arms straight? Arms out. Where do you need it most? Twist. And slowly release, right knee bent. Right leg down. Left side, left leg up. Cross the left leg over. And again, what you do with your legs, your arms is up to you. Wide, stretching, tractioning, compressing, reaching, massaging, all good news. And change, release, bend your left knee, Left leg straight. Final posture followed with breathing. Roll onto your right side. Final posture here is cow face to reset the pelvis and the lower spine. This is a posture you can do on your own without any warm up. We'll start with the left leg in front. Stack the knees. Open up your feet so that you can sit in between your feet. Okay, over time they'll be able to open up more. If you can't sit all the way down, you can also place a block or a pillow underneath you. Walk your hands back. Sit down on your hips. Now look at your feet. Make sure they're even. The knees over time will be even. The feet will come together. From here, chest up, and this is just a static hold. Allowing the hips to sink down, to level out, and to release. Shoulders down. I encourage you to do this posture after work, after a long day of sitting, standing, or walking. It truly does just reset the entire legs. Chest up. Breathe. A few more seconds here. All right, let's switch sides. To switch sides, come back on the knees, hands forward. And then you'll bring the right leg in front of you. Open up the feet wide. And again, sit down. Maybe you needed a block on one side, maybe you don't on the other. That's all good feedback. Chest up, spine straight. Sometimes we think imbalances only happen because of an injury or, some kind of traumatic situation, but truly most of the imbalances we have are just due to habits. Do you sleep on one side? Do you carry one things like this? These are the things that are really disrupting the alignment throughout the body, not necessarily an injury. So just start to notice how you're moving, how you're thinking, how you're breathing. Noticing this hip coming down, chest coming up, and just using the breath to dissolve all of the stories. A few more seconds here. Uncrossing right leg pulls to the right. Sit down, kneeling position, finishing with Kapalbhati. If you have tight hips, tight knees, or tight ankles, you're more than welcome to sit cross-legged. Essentially, anything that's going to distract you from breathing, I want you to get rid of. So sit in a way that feels good to you. Arms straight, palms on the kneecaps. Every time I clap, you'll exhale through your mouth and suck the stomach in. Think more like a boxer than a belly dancer. So we're not rolling the stomach. It is short and sharp, as if you're about to get, just kind of punched right here. Chest up, spine straight. Every time we exhale, we release toxins, the ones we know about, the ones we pretend not to know about. So let's push it out, let it go, and leave it all here on the mat today. Just one set. Take a deep breath, and let's begin. Change. Instead of bowing forward, hands to heart center, lift the throat, release the head. Take a deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Head comes back up like a nod. Hands to the floor. Slowly make your way down into your final Savasana. Again, the same options apply. Knees together, feet wide. Heels together, toes open, palms face up. Sitting off your practice with a moment of breathing without the distraction of movement. Your breath will always be the tool that fuels you, calms you, and keeps you present. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you in person in the future. Namaste.